Thank you guys for joining us for video 2 in our new series, Building a 240Z from Scratch. Now to get you up to speed, we bought a 240Z with a clean title, probably the cheapest ever off of Facebook Marketplace. We loaded up, brought it home, got it unloaded in the garage. Now, if you missed video 1, make sure go back and check it out, but a lot has happened since then. We got some metal for the floor pans, and we finally received our Langmuir CNC Plasma Table we ordered a few months back. Hopefully, between that and some other fab tools we have, we can bring our fabrication abilities to the next level. So we assembled this thing, and I tried to start working the bugs out, learning the program, the CAM side versus the CAD side, making a few practice cuts, failing along the way. In today's video, we get the Datsun jacked up, leveled and square, take some measurements, start to sort out how we want to tackle these floor pans. Now, huge thanks to everyone that's subscribed in the past, present, or in the future. We're almost halfway to 1,000 subscribers. My goal for the year was to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. I think we can achieve it. Hopefully, the momentum behind the Datsun build will get us there. Now, we got a long way to go for sure. We got floor pans. We got to take the motor out of the 280Z, refresh it, see if it's actually gonna work. If not, then we potentially gotta think about a backup swap. 2JZ, 1JZ, LS, SR20. Then we gotta look at custom interior. We got metal repair that we still gotta finish after we do the floor pans. Should we wide body this thing? My wife goes back and forth between keeping it stock or let me do a custom metal wide body. We gotta do paint and body, rims and tires, whole lot of stuff. So stick around, and if this build is something that excites you, consider subscribing, maybe dropping a like. Welcome back to another video, guys. Big thanks. We hit 400 subscribers. The last video, which was the first video in this series, we hit 300 subscribers. But here you see it, the 240Z Datsun build, my wife's dream build. Actually, her first dream build would be like a 60 whatever Shelby GT Eleanor. But yeah, there's a reason we bought this for $300, because we can't afford no Shelby. So this will have to do. But we're getting her jacked up right now. That way we can start working on the structure and we can start working on the floor pans. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Let's go. Let's measure so we can cut a brace to hold this thing in position. Wear your PPE. Okay? Now, once we cut the rest of this out, we got braces and it's sturdy. Alright, so this thing's gonna be a process, because basically I gotta get a structure here, then I can go back and I can fine-tune. Basically, once I get this in place, I can go back and fine-tune other spots that may need repair also. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, without just cutting out the whole inside of this, I'm having to fix a spot, keep everything in the same position, fix that, and then I can go back and fix other little stuff. Hopefully this is making sense. So, we've come back, we've got some square tubing in place, square tubing on this side, tied into that, and then as you can see, frame rail right there is rusted out. See that? So the plan being, so we have this side attached, we have this side attached. So what I'm going to do is put a brace in from here to here. I'll put another brace in the middle somewhere from here to this side. We'll come, when I say we'll come back later and fix spots, this is what I'm talking about right here. Once we have more structure in place, then we can come back in, patch this little hole, patch that little hole. That's what I'm talking about when I say we can't just cut, cut everything out and start from scratch, because it's just, yeah. So once I have this brace and this brace in place, once we make our way on forward, we can come back and tie the frame rail in to this brace, and we'll continue a frame rail underneath and tie it into the brace that's going to be running right here. Does that make sense? So we'll have a structure, we'll have a frame rail running through here. Say what you want, this is going to be way more sturdy than what it was from the factory, because from the factory there's no bracing in here. It's just strictly floor pan, 18 gauge or whatever kind of metal. The frame rails is tied in to the floor pan from the factory, so it's not a whole lot tied together. This will be much stronger than the original version. It'll be slightly different, yes. Better, yes. So anyways, enough talking. We're going to throw some braces in here and keep moving forward. Shout out TJ Hunt. All right, so like I said, now that we got some actual structure in here, and we're gonna tie all the points in more than what they are now, but we can come in here, run us a brace. Once I get to fixing the frame rail up in the front, I'll tie it into the 2 braces here. This thing will be stout. So now I'm just trying to see where I want my braces. Basically, we got about 40 inches to cover. So we've measured, we need 2 braces. We need one that is 16 inches. We need another one that's almost 17 and a half. We're gonna get them cut, get them melted in. So braces are in. Like I said, once we get our structure in, we can go back and fix that spot. We can fix that spot and tie it in. We can fix the corner rust up there. Once we get under here and fix our frame rails can go up under here and tie right into these braces. We got that tied in. Yeah, she's coming together. Here, you know, we got little spots like that to fix. We got little spots like this to fix. She's coming together. All right, so real quick, this is basically what we're working with right now. We got a shape somewhat similar to that. We got a brace here, and we got a brace here. We're gonna make a panel for this section and this section. This section up here I'm gonna leave open because that stub of the frame rail that goes on up into the engine bay, I want to be able to access in there, so we'll leave that open. But what I want to do, and the reason I'm gonna make this in 3 sections, is so the designs that I want to do, I can fit, I got to be able to fit the piece into my bead roller. So we're going to bust out something kind of like this. Forgive my rough drawing. We'll do a Z, and down here we'll bust out maybe 3 of these, and then once we do this top piece after the frame, and we'll tie the frame into this brace and this brace. But once we go to finalize that section, we'll make it match. And we'll do another 3. So you got like a 3 little rib look. You have the bottom, you have the Z in the middle. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's go. Let's get some measurements. 7.5. B. You know, Grandpa always said, measure twice, cut once. And if you've ever done the opposite, measured once, then you end up cutting a bunch of times. And usually in my case, I measured twice and still end up cutting a few times, but we're getting better. We got our measurements. Let's cut it out. All right, anybody knows when you gotta cut something, you got one store you gotta go to. Harbor Freight. Your handy dandy Bauer. I don't know what she is, but she's at a good price and it works well. So, a little tool review for you. Check it out. Tell you what, it beats going at it with a side grinder and dust and all that, you know. Yeah. think I'd lie to you? Did you think I'd lie? This right here comes in clutch. Even left with a fancy doodad. So that was a rough cut. We're gonna get this position right, measure it, cut again. Get out here where we got some space. We'll measure again, cut it. We'll use the bead roller, then we'll weld her in. Let's go. So here we are. We need 20 inches across. That'll be here. And we need 17.5 up. Now since we got the first piece cut out, we'll go ahead and use the power of YouTube magic and we'll have the second piece cut out. That way we can go to the bead roller with both of them. Bam! There we go. Panel number 2. See how she fits. Let's go. Now, disclaimer. My bead roller I've used a few times. That's one of the reasons I was excited about getting to the Datsun project, was because I can get to putting it to use. I am my worst critic. I pick anything I do apart. A lot of times that prevents me from making progress because I want everything to be perfect. Anyways, this being the floor pan, unless you're up under the car, you're not really gonna see it, but I think it turned out pretty dang good. And just trying to kind of get after it so we can make some progress. It's late night, I'm trying to wrap this up so I can get the video out so you guys can see what's going on. But anyways, don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to fail. Sometimes that's when you learn the best, when you fail. And I just learned at least 5 things that I can do better on the next time I bead roll a piece. Yeah. So one of the things I learned off the last piece was that I needed to give it a little bit of a pre-stretch so that it wouldn't get that, I'm not sure what the word, it wouldn't get cattywampus, because a lot of times when you put bead in it, it's you know, twisting the metal one way or the other. So we're gonna try to put a little pre-bend in it, and maybe it won't be as bad on the next piece. Let's check it out. So we have a little bit of shape in there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let's see how that turns out. What's the retail on one of those? More than you can afford, pal. Oh, crap. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you guys for watching. Sorry to cut the video short. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Real quick, comment in the video if you enjoy shorter videos or longer videos, what's too long, and also I'd appreciate it if you drop a comment if you like music or no music. Real sound effects, you know, hear the tools and stuff clanging, or you like music edited over top. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We're almost at 500 subscribers. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again. From here to those train tracks, exactly a quarter mile. On green, I'm going for it. I need NOS, and I need it by tonight. Wum, wum, wum. Wum. Whoa! Tell you right now, don't race him. He's got more than 25 grand under the hood. Wum, wum.